Maria Sharapova tells how she planned, informed father about dropping him as coach. Maria Sharapova revealed she was carefully planning on how to notify her father Yuri Sharapov about her decision to end their partnership, and also praised her father for doing his best to understand the situation and accept it. Sharapova, who made her first 10 steps with her father in Russia, moved to the United States when she was just 7, after Yuri Sharapov was advised by Martina Navratilova to do so. During the entire process, Yuri became very much involved in Sharapova's development, and that remained when his daughter eventually turned pro. But it was not like working with her father was not paying off, as Sharapova was just 17 when she famously became a Grand Slam champion at 2004 Wimbledon, and just 18 when she became the world number 1 for the first time in 2005. While Sharapova was off to an outstanding start to her career, she soon realized that she would need a new voice if she wanted to give something else to her game. After beating Anna Ivanovic in the 2008 Australian Open final for her third Grand Slam title, Sharapova, who was 20 at the time, decided it was time to make that move. Tennis-wise, I have to give him so much credit. He was in his early 30s, with $700 in his back pocket. He was trying to find any kind of job that would help sport, string my next racket for my next tournament. Sharapova said on Bloomberg's The Deal with Alex Rodriguez and Jason Kelly. The greatest gift that he gave me was acknowledging that at some point he will have to step back, and for a father in sport, particularly in tennis, as a father of a girl that's won Grand Slam with him, is a very tough acceptance to have. I did that after my third Grand Slam at the Australian Open. I wanted to have that independency. It was more for me than anything else. It was not about money, not about victories. I won the Australian Open and I drafted a really good email. I just thought I was gonna do this much better on email and craft my thoughts better. And I did. And I could not look at him in face while saying that, but I also knew that he knew it was coming. He just did not think it was gonna happen after I just won my third Grand Slam. Sharapova's coaches after splitting with her father, the role her father then had. After parting ways with her father, Sharapova continued to work with Michael Joyce, who was a part of her coaching staff since 2004. But shortly after winning the 2008 Australian Open, Sharapova started to deal with a serious shoulder injury and had to surgically repair it. That negatively impacted Sharapova's results, and the next few years were pretty tough and challenging for the Russian. In 2011, Sharapova decided it was time to also quit on her partnership with Coach Joyce. After that move, Thomas, who was added to the team in late 2010, left as the Russians' lone coach. A few years later, Sharapova also ended her collaboration with Thomas and worked with Sven Groenewold between 2013 and 2018. When Sharapova retired in early 2020, Riccardo Piatti was her coach. During that entire time, Yuri Sharapov kept a close contact with his daughter and was always there whenever she needed something. I never really fired him. He was still very much involved. I guess the only thing that, and when you say fired, like you evolve, right? And that's one of the hardest, the challenges that I find now is like, what you needed 2-3 years ago perhaps is not what you need for the future, Sharapova said. The fact that he was able to step back and say, hey, you do this, he was still very much involved. He'd call all the coaches and speak to them after matches. He's always the first person I'd call. It was not like I went to my coach. I called my dad. Although Sharapova was very early established herself as one of the best players in the game, clay courts were not her strength, and some believed she would never win it all at Roland Garros. But then Sharapova made one of the most fascinating improvements seen on the WTA Tour in the 21st century, as she won her 4th and 5th Grand Slams at the French Open in 2012 and 2014. In the end, Sharapova did something that no one could have predicted. She finished with the French Open being her most successful slam. While parting ways with her father was not an easy decision to make, Sharapova did indeed manage to improve and evolve as a player after their split. Hey, thanks for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe the channel for more videos like this.